It seems to me that I need to collect a lot more sand than I originally intended. In addition, when looking at how much sand I actually do collect in one span of a trip, I don't collect as much sand as I initially thought, which is why the glass project will probably take longer than, say, Project Glass did back when I was doing progression series. Still, at the end of the day, all we need to do is collect enough glass to fill the chest, and then we can go from there. Typically, when looking at the glass amount, you'll find, or at least I found, that the amount of glass I had was relevant to how much TNT I was using at the time. The more TNT I used at the time, the less glass I tended to have, and vice versa, which is why I had a lot more glass in progression than I do in this series, and my pick broke. This is what we pulled from our trip: 11 diamond, 41 iron ore, 19 gold ore, 35 gravel, 4 flint, 4 stacks of coal, and almost 6 stacks of redstone. The idea behind getting all of these resources is to serve as a replacement rate. Effectively, anytime a tool of mine will break, what I'll do is I'll go into the chest for diamonds. And in the diamond chest, what happens is I take out whatever amount of diamonds I need for the tool, in this case 3, and I just place them in my inventory. I made a diamond pickaxe. However, I want to make sure that I'm constantly gaining and not constantly losing. And the way I get around this is simple. I will be supplying myself with all the tools I need for success. And to do that, it's actually quite simple. We take a mining trip. That way, every single time I attempt to gain resources in this series, I will find a way to replenish without fail. And then furthermore, every time we replenish, we're also gaining more resources as we go along. After all, this is a game of grinding, a game of getting everything we ever want. And why do we do this? Well, that's even easier. Because having items is good. This is 5 and this is 2, so I need 7. Oops. Good. And then I'm trying to remember where I put the other ones. Oh, so I forgot to add these. So this is for torches, this is for sticks, and this is for paintings whenever I get around to it. And boats go here. Time to check out more flowers. After all, this is what we need to collect at all times. I will go through 3 stacks and then reconvene with all of you when I finish. After getting through all of this grinding, this is how much we get from 1 stack of bones. We get quite a few roses and quite a few flowers. And along the way, we even got some sheep. Wait, light gray. That's here. And then dark gray is here. It's really cool to actually have everything set up, because very rarely in historic Minecraft builds that I play do I ever get as far as I do here. And now, because I want some leather, let's kill this guy. I got no leather. You bastard! Anyways, how much do we get from here? I love going in here. We always get resources. And now, my favorite part, we get to go to the mushroom farm. Check for comparison, we didn't get that many mushrooms, sadly. But, you know, sometimes you just don't get them. Sometimes they just don't spawn. I realized that for them to spawn, I think I have to be closer, because from here to here, it's too far, whereas from here to up there, it's not far enough, which allows them to grow up there, but not down there to the highest of their ability. Also, we can collect items as we go along, and that's always nice. Time to see how much sand we can actually get from this location. After all, the goal is to collect as much sand as possible. That way we can continue on with our TNT mining, and then we can move on to the rest of the wood tools to round off this section. Now, I realized that doing this makes the episodes really short, so I'll make a compromise. I will attempt to get all of these episodes to at least 25 minutes, because I was not happy with how short the episode was given how long it took. I thought it would be longer, but I guess not. The problem is, a lot of the episodes themselves can't actually be shown for very long, given that a lot of the grinding just happens off-screen, and I just show the results. Therefore, I'm going to have to do a lot more grinding than I originally anticipated, but that's probably a good thing, given that by doing all that excess grinding, I will have the ability, the very strong ability, to show off more effort and time going in. And don't worry, this does not mean we're not building anymore. We're still going to build during this grind session because some things are better when you build to grind for them rather than just do them naturally. We did a lot this time around. 3 stacks of glass, which is a lot more than I originally thought we would do. In addition, we got some extra sand for the TNT making. In fact, now we have 4 stacks, which will be turned into TNT right now. In addition, we have quite a few more items than I originally thought, such as excess gunpowder. And even better, 5, 6, we have more iron to add to the collective. I call it the collective even though realistically it's not a collective at all. Leather gets added here. Great. Very great indeed. This iron will be turned... What do you mean acquire hardware? I've been acquiring hardware. This game is funny. It really thinks I haven't played it at all. And then we have to go even higher to get the the wool. All this wool needs to be sorted out. And I do like that I now have access to a staircase such as this, because it makes the actual trips to mine and store a lot shorter. And there's just easy ways to get out of this. I also need to add more coal to my inventory. And as we continue, we can add more TNT to our collection. Excellent. So what's next? Right. So the next thing to do is to go back to harvesting more trees and continuing the wood collection. Because after all, every single tool that we make is just a step closer to the ultimate success. That being the collection. I just want to take a quick second to admire how much that area has been dug out. We are flattening it out. Feels good. When looking at what we've obtained, we have saplings, saplings, and sapling. That doesn't make sense why they're all called sapling, but we learned to deal with it. In addition, we've collected plenty of leaves and other wood types. I do like when it rains in this game, but sometimes it makes commenting over it a bit difficult because I have to raise my voice a bit. Actually, wait a minute. Do I have enough? Hold on. No way. Yes, we have enough. Specifically, for 3 stacks. Now, why do I need 3 stacks? Well, I'm also going to need 4 stacks of cobblestone, and 1 stack of iron, and 1 stack of redstone. And I know I have plenty of cobblestone here. Wait. Before that, let's kill some sheep. 1, 2, right here. I know I usually turn off the rain or lower the sound, but honestly, I happen to like the rain right now. I just went to the gym in between cuts, so prior to this cut, I was at home, and now, and then I went to the gym, and then now I'm back here. Okay? Look. I don't even know if you like the gym, okay? Truth be told, I don't even like the gym. But at the same time, I gotta take care of myself, okay? I was gaining immense weight, and it was starting to get really bad. So I gotta get back into shape. I can still do push-ups, thankfully, but I was struggling to do push-ups more now than I was back then. So I need to fix that. Pistons! We need all the pistons. The current method of collecting sugarcane right now is not effective. Not as effective as I would want it to be. Alright, we got some reeds now. And this allows me to continue with my collection of sorts. After all, the reed collection is, to me, one of the most fun parts of this series. I like collecting reeds. It's so fun. And all the advantages that we get from reeds as well, such as sugar! Yeah, we're gonna give Steve's diabetes, guys. It's gonna be next level. But here's what I actually needed the pistons for. we are going to, and I'm go right. My bad. We are going to recreate the super powerful reed farm that I had in the Joe Crazy SMP. Now, the thing about that reed farm is that it was resource intensive. And by resource intensive, I mean literally, it would burn through my item collection. My biggest issue with these large projects really does come down to how many resources it takes. Look at this. It's ridiculous. You need 2 stacks of sticks, 3 stacks of redstone, and 3 cleanstone for just 64 of these. It's crazy. And this is going to be emblematic of a larger symptom of the Collectathon series, and that is the craftable items will take a lot longer than I originally anticipated. Well, we're here now. Fishing. Why are we fishing? Because apparently there's nothing I'd rather be doing than fishing. But why, you might ask? Well, sometimes in life, you just sit down and think about life. And you ask yourself, is it all worth it? Is everything I've ever done, all of my empirical, dirt-filled world, is it all what I'm meant to do? And the answer is yes. Once you learn to stop blaming others and take responsibility for your own actions, your life gets better. However, that does not mean that the lives of those around you gets better. Quite the opposite, actually. Given how much has gone down, we've lost a lot of friends. We have made too many enemies. We have succeeded. We have completed hard work. We have improved ourselves. We started eating better. We started working out more. Something that I used to not do completely. We've learned to put differences aside. We learned to negotiate at a higher level. And while I said that in the fishing episode I would do the Blade Devil review, I already did that. I think it was over a year ago. Which is crazy to think about. But that's besides the point. What I know now is that everything I do for... I don't know. I don't have a dependent. And that seems, to many, as if it would be a good thing. But it's not always the case. Sometimes you do better by yourself. That's likely true. Advice for men. Work really hard in your 20s so that you can play really well in your 30s. If you're playing in your 20s, you are playing on hard mode. Advice for women. Try to not play as well. Just work really hard to accomplish a goal. And then, if that goal is not settling down, then you better hope what you picked that you would do is something you really love. I think that my message might be lost on more younger viewers. However, when looking at my analytics, the majority of my viewers tend to skim older. Much older. And I think that's just something unique to me. I don't target the young audience, despite the fact that I am playing a game like Minecraft, a game that a lot of children play. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say Minecraft's for kids because that would just kill the fan base. No, most of the adults, especially the adults playing the older versions, those playing the older versions tend to skew into adulthood. The problem is when I just put Minecraft and don't have any background information, it seems like I'm talking about a kid's game. It is rather impressive to me that I managed to get this entire location built using only basic resources and hunting down every single obstacle in my path, slaying it, and then succeeding even more. I had people come over today. It was a very, very nice thing that they did. cannot believe that I was at one point going to make an entire episode dedicated to fishing, and it would have been 3 hours. That part still gets me to this day. I was going to make a 3 hour fishing episode back in 2020, in I think February of 2022. Yeah, February of 2022, I was gonna make a 3 hour fishing episode, but because the Blade Devil book came out way later, way later, I ended up just skipping that episode, going to the Nether, and then what? And then failing. Wait, what? Did I lose the fish? That can't be right. No, we still have room for 2 more fish. Whoa. I really do like that noise that the fishing rod makes. I think it's cool. Very cool. One more. Also, for the rest of the foreseeable future, the fish collecting will likely be done off screen. Because this is long. It's like 5 minutes or so of just this talking man over here. And that's fine. If I have to be talkie man, I have to be talkie man. And that's not a problem. The world has changed. My time has ended. The world I knew is over. All that's left now is the next generation. And I hope you all succeed. Despite the disadvantages that many of you had, while ironically being in one of the most successful nations, I really hope you all succeed. I'm back in the Nether. We need to get some of this netherrack and put it in the overworld chest. Just like that, we have fully maxed out netherrack. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. You see my inventory. We're making a reed farm. Why? Because I feel like it. So first things first, we need an infinite water source. Always gotta have this first. Now that we've gotten that blender out of the way, let's get back to work. We know that water travels 8 blocks. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 1, 2, 8. Like so. And then we need a workbench to make a double chest. That way we can store excess items. Okay. With this stored, we are now able to more easily pick up the items, because I don't want to waste all the sand. This is where it's going to end up. Therefore, we need to make stairs. Okay. Good. You know what? These two will be slabs. Perfect. This allows us to go down with minimal effort. And allows us to move up and down. Now that we've done that, we need to lower this by 1. I think so. So that needs to be a stair. I know it seems a bit unorthodox how I'm building this, but trust me, it'll work out in the end. And then this is going to be where we put the pressure pad. And in this instance, I want it to be a clean stone pressure pad, so that only non-items can use it. And then from there, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 8. That'll be where we store the water, here. Excellent. And the water pushes through anyways, which is exactly what I wanted. With clean stone, we'll make the pressure plate. Here. So what exactly does this do? Well, this allows us to start planting reeds. Here. What? Right, at this time you couldn't plant reeds on sand. You needed dirt, which is why I have this here. If I'm quiet for an extended period of time, just know that I'll probably have cut that out, which is why you'll notice abrupt cuts during the construction. Excellent. And now that I've done that, we need to start building the next layer. Just like this, it'll look like so. And as we continue to build, this becomes even easier. And for now, let's just shave off a few reeds so that we can take them with us. For the sake of making sure that this is easier said than done, we'll get rid of all of this and replace it with cobblestone. That way we don't accidentally have a leakage issue. And then here I have to connect all of them from the top, like so. There we go. This is exactly how I want it to go. Just like this. And then, like I said, this coordinate here, -53, 182, is the key to it all. Quick correction, I actually want it to be at layer 60. Let's see, will my pickaxe break here and force me on another mining trip? I hope not, because that would kind of suck. Okay, I said 182, I believe. So if I break up here, perfect. And this is where I place, and I want a redstone there. This is exactly how I want things to go. While I was mining, my pickaxe broke. Time for another trip. To explain what I do, I just take 3 diamonds from here and craft a new pick. It turns out that I need more sand because I don't have enough to make at least a stack of TNT. I just wanted to let all of you know that we have now finished the cacti collection. If I ever do a farm from a tutorial, it'll most likely be a slime farm, because clearly I was not, at the current moment, intelligent enough to create one of these. Mind you, I was watching Ice Queendom when I made this, so my IQ probably dropped like 20%. With the trip done, we managed to collect all of this. This is great. First of all, we've managed to max out our redstone, meaning that what I think I'm going to do is turn a stack of this into torches and store those in the redstone torch section very quickly. And then afterwards, we'll figure out what to do with the excess redstone. I'm probably going to put it in the excess redstone case over there. In addition, we've also managed to rake in some leather, which is always nice. For leather, not too much. I just killed one randomly. And not one, I killed 2 of them, I believe. We got 16 diamonds for more resupplies. The diamond growth is very steady, very fast, and more importantly, capable of sustaining this Let's Play. Furthermore, we have to go with the iron growth. I somehow did not pull any gold in this mining trip, which kind of sucked, but sometimes you just don't get any, right? Sometimes you just don't see it. And then lapis lazuli, coal, and iron ores specifically go in the following section. This section has the iron ore up here. Whenever we have a number non-divisible by 8, we'll put the axis until we get a divisible number in the ore section, and then the rest will stay in the actual smelted chest. We're back here. We need to store some more items, more excess, because we'll never run out of items doing this. Gray wool is here. Great. And now we can finish up the ladders, not the ladders, the chests. Thank you. The chests. Always 1. Block that off. This one doesn't need 1. You have 1 here? Yeah, you do. 1. And then 1 here. This will be presented like so. I mean, when you miss, right? Like that. Break this off and put it in the back. Now we've got the chest here. And then we have to place 1 cobblestone on each. 1, 2, 3. Then we break the cobblestone here. And we can start placing. 1, 2, 3. For historical reasons, I want to show this off. Turns out, back in the day, you could not craft mushroom stew like this. Nope. There was no way to do it with 1 crafting square. But, if you had the bowl, and you put the mushrooms on top of each other, you could. You see, I could just make it small, like this. Not really have a lot going for it. and it's honestly less efficient than that one there. Albeit, all I would have to do here is just stand on this pressure pad and everything would go smoothly. However, that's not going to cut it. Not by a long shot. How do I know? Because I know who I am. That's right. I know everything about myself. To various extents. Like so. We're going to make about 80. No, we're going to make exactly 80. Whee! Told you. Because each of these takes about 48 to build. Now the thing is, I want to make it 3 stories up. And to do that, I'm going to need some stairs. Which thankfully we have plenty of. Let me explain this before I actually get to it. The way it'll work is I'll start here. Build up, and build up. Now some of you are probably wondering, but how is this going to work long term? If this is how it all goes down, something needs to give. So you would think. But this is actually a secret layer. Right here, this is an entire layer to the whole map. Therefore, build up, and this is actually where the builds are going to go. All the way here. And now I need to make sure that this gets surrounded. Like so. And I think that's too far. I think we only need 1 here. And that'll go there. In the case of step 1, this is really how we have to do things. There is no way around it. Plenty of redstone and repeaters. Now, this is just for the first step, just to make sure that it actually works. I know I said I would begin on the second layer, and I've done that. However, it's not finished because I realized that I need to actually finish layer 1, otherwise this is going to shoot me in the foot. To do so, you place a repeater in all of these areas, like so. Excellent, excellent. And then you follow it through, and we let the current power it. This current goes 15 blocks in total, but in reality it's only going 9 blocks by the time we get to the end. Therefore, we can actually elongate this by 6 if we wanted to use signs to make the water current more powerful. But we're not going to do that for the time being, simply because it's not currently a high priority task. And instead what we're going to do is start placing torches everywhere. And the reason for this is quite simple. Torches give us light, give us resources. And these resources will, hopefully, not bite us in the ass. Okay, that's a full set of light. To my knowledge, this is a full set of light. And this will make it easier to place things because now we're going to have the torches here. And then we'll go 1, 2. I just realized we made a mistake. This needs to be longer by 1. Therefore, the way I'm going to do it is put this up by 1, put this down by 1, lower this section so I can get in and out, and then increase this by 1, decrease by 1, and line it up through here. Oops. Through there. I can just put torches there to signify the light. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's perfect length. So now we just check, does this fit properly? And if it does, we have won. I don't know what we won, but we won something. We won the market. Let's try this out right now. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes! And it's not fully efficient yet, because we're only going to get about maybe half stack? No, we're going to get about 48. Because sometimes they'll just stick to the wall here. And I could manually go up and pick it up, but that's no fun. So what I'll have to do is find a way to make the other stacks more efficient. Now the reason that the stacks get stuck like that is because of how the physics in this game work. They get stuck because of this top section here. And that's no fun. In the future, I could use mud here to have a hopper collect it. And likely that'll be more efficient and much more accurate because technological advancements tend to do that. However, for the time being, given we have the current tool set, it's not going to be as efficient as I would like it. To explain something, originally I thought I would have to make it the same length and just move it forward. But what that would do is create a shape that is not conducive to the collection. In fact, far from it. Instead, what I had to do was move it out by 1. By moving it out by 1, what occurred was a lock mechanism of sorts that enabled me. Oh yeah, look at how pretty this is. So sexy. Sorry. Sorry, I was distracted. That enabled me to extend it. That way, it wouldn't fall. Why did I do that? Whatever. And because I did that, as soon as this began, I was ready. In other words, I can reach that far. Oh, I can. Cool. In other words, the way it works is by ensuring that nothing that happens here will go wrong. That's a weird way to explain it. I keep doing that. And that's the simplest way to phrase it. There's probably a bit more that goes into it, but for the time being, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna make a quick correction. Instead of stone, let's use wood. Let me explain. Wood, what it does is it connects, it keeps it up insofar as there is an item on it. That way, if they're extended and no one's touching it, I know that there are some still there and I can just walk up and pick them up. Now, what this does create is a problem. How do I genuinely, this is a real question, how do I manage to just keep it up? Like so. I can pick it up and it'll drop them all. A problem then arises with the whole, sometimes they stay up here. And there's not really much I can do about that. I don't know how I could fix this issue outside of waiting for 1.19. But that is a lot of episodes away. Plenty of episodes away. We're not going to be at 1.19 until maybe 1.25. I'm not even kidding. We're probably going to be at 1.25 when 1.19 for this series comes out. Before I was getting 3 stacks and a little bit extra from a trip. At this moment, I've added the second layer. And I'm not gonna lie, this looks kind of goofy. This does not look as cool as I thought it would. But this is how it's done, okay? This is it, right here. And I realized I might need a 4th layer. Not even a 3rd layer, a 4th layer. Because sometimes the reeds would get stuck up here. Such as right there, see? There are a few reeds here. Completely stuck, and unless I go up myself manually, they will probably never be harvested for their intended use. Which is kind of weird. But if that's how it goes down, it's how it goes down. For now, I think I'll finish with this layer. And then if I need a 2nd layer, I'll go ahead and add it. A 3rd layer, I'll go ahead and add it later. Because right now, this does not give us enough reeds to make the trip easier or more beneficial long term. Most likely, I would have to make this multiple floors up, maybe to about world limit, before I could actually confidently say that this is the most efficient reed farm I could make at the time. Still, given its base efficiency, it's not the worst. I'm pretty sure I could have come up with a worse reed farm if I tried. If I tried, definitely I could have come up with a far worse reed farm. Albeit, I don't like that sometimes they get stuck up here. I'd rather they get stuck over here than up here, so I think I'm gonna have to build this up by... What am I doing? Let's use glass. Don't use glass, because that's resources. Now, we're not gonna use glass, let's just use good old cobblestone. The best block, other than glass. Glass is my favorite block, but in terms of function, I think cobblestone wins. Just through the amount I can get with it. Just how much block to use ratio, it's so good, even though it does block it off. In a kind of unsightly manner, I won't lie to you, it doesn't look the best. I don't think it looks great, but you know what I think? I think that this benefits in the long run, because while it's true that it's dark, and probably not as cool as I want it to be, it should, in theory, be enough to protect me regarding light count. Okay, light value, I think this is enough to prevent mobs from spawning. Which is what I want. Oh, not here. This doesn't protect up here. One over there, and then one over there. Storage! 1, 2, and we got a lot of reeds from that. A lot more than I originally thought we would get, too. I didn't think it would be that many reeds we'd get, but we got enough to put another line in. I guess if I used both of the reeds simultaneously, it would probably get me a huge net benefit. At the same time, though, do I really need it? I do want that reed farm to grow to an extent that it allows me to completely fill up on reeds if I ever need to, even on a short notice. At the same time, I know I have the resources for a third layer, and I probably should just build it. But at the same time, I mean, that's just it. Do I even want to build it? Do I need that many reeds? If I want to do what I want to do in this series, then definitely I do. I want to collect everything. You know, stairs is the one that's going to get me. Gravel, flint. Some of these are growing really slowly, but then other times we get some that just grow extremely quickly. And I don't really know how to differentiate between them. For example, the leather one's not too much, but we're getting plenty of leather. Time to put some netherrack in a different location. I think you all know the story of what's going to happen. We're going to place some netherrack and we're going to break some iron pickaxes. After all, that is the fun, right? That's what we like doing. We like making this place less green. Why? I don't know. Probably because it makes it more efficient. Still, there's a problem. This is going to lead to a lot of these sections becoming, how would I put it, grassy. Therefore, in order to circumvent this, what I'm going to have to do is start hoeing the entire place up. Why will I hoe the entire place? So that when I make the animal farm, they just stay up there and don't come down here. In the long run, it's probably going to come back to bite me in the ass because the mobs themselves will stay up there and then none will spawn down here. But at the same time, this will make it so I never have to worry about it in such a way. To explain the hoeing process, I'm going to quarantine the section of grass, and then we're just going to get rid of it like this. And eventually, all the grass will go away. That way we can make a proper farm. And if nothing else, it gives us an excuse to properly break. Break, you bastard. Break. Whatever. Please tell me you're broken now. Okay, 1, 2, it's here. If it really is just one inconspicuous block, I'll just place it again, no worries. And then afterwards, we just finish this up. Now, this does not mean we're going to get rid of all the grass, far from it. In fact, we're going to keep some of the grass because some of it is still necessary for our goals. Okay? Our goals are what's going to keep the grass around. I think I'm just going to have to start manually breaking grass now. No, this is not what I wanted. But it's okay. We can definitely outpace the growth with just hose. Definitely. Why am I trying to outpace growth here? Because there's grass connecting it. And when there's grass connecting it, it's a different story. Okay? Huge story change. After all, we're just trying to quarantine one section of grass. Not even all of it. And you can see just how resource intensive this is going to be with just stone hose. I might even just cut my losses and use diamond hose for this. Because I do want all the wool, and this is the only way to get wool long term in that manner. Weehoo. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute, something's wrong. Right, this used to just be pure land. But we're not done here, we still need to finish up this grass. That's right. This non-naturally spawning grass. Why is it non-naturally spawning? Because that's just how it goes. Awesome. We've quarantined the grass. Which is exactly what I wanted to do. Let's fill this up. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Actually, I could just place them here. Ha! Like that. Definitely like that. There, and so we can go. Alright, then these ones will have 1, 2. Placement. Yep. And then we'll just break that grass there. And it'll kind of make it muddy for now, but that's just how it's going to have to be if I want to have this accomplished. And in the end, it has to be this way. By this point, it's almost fully grown in this section. I just realized that's a mistake. If I have them up there, that's really bad. I don't think they should be there. Let me check up here. I don't think I've made that mistake in construction in the other areas because I just put them in the above section. Yes, definitely. Well then, let's see what one set will do. Wee. I think I may have overestimated how much this will give me. Well, at least I got a stack out of it. That's not good enough. In fact, I'm willing to argue that that's not even enough to make the ends. Because they got stuck here, too. Which makes me question how many got stuck in total. I'm willing to bet that maybe about half got stuck. Which does suck. It really does. I thought this would be more efficient than it was. I really hope it's been 30 minutes. I really do. Because this episode, the recording of this episode is getting kinda long. Even by my standards, this is like multiple days. I want to know how many cuts I do for this episode. Still, we're making some progress. We're getting things done. I want to do one more check of the reed farm and then see how much that gives me in total. Because my problem with the reed farm is that I wanted to use it more like a instantaneous boost rather than a gradual gain. Because I could just stand there, let everything fall like so. And you know what? I think I oughta increase this by 2. Break that, boom. Boom, 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 break that, boom, boom, boom. Y'all know what I mean. Put that up, not 2, 3, how's it 3? And what this will do, hopefully, is make it so that long term, I can keep boosting. Yes. Yes, this is everything I want. Is it everything I want? The answer is an astounding yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir, this is everything I want. Whoa, that was, really hectic noise. I didn't expect that. Anyways, I want to thank all of you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Take care, everyone.